Mr Mayor, councillors, ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the Chair of the Council and the Deputy Lieutenant of North Yorkshire.
Please be seated. Deputy Lieutenant, distinguished and civic guests, Mr Mayor, councillors, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this freedom ceremony. The purpose of this extraordinary council meeting is to confer the honorary freedom of the borough upon Mr Alan Peacock. Agenda item 2. Is there any apologies for absence this afternoon?
Apologies for absence have been submitted by Councillors Blades, Cooper, Ewan, Hubbard, Hussain, Rush, Story, Thompson, J. Young and Udine.
Thank you. Agenda item 3, declarations of interest. Are there any declarations of interest this evening? Agenda item 4, announcements. There are no announcements for this meeting. Agenda item 5, resolution, freedom of the borough. I call upon the Chief Executive to read the motion in respect to Mr Peacock's admission to the honorary freedom of the borough.
That Mr Alan Peacock, who rendered eminent service to the borough of Middlesbrough, within the meaning and in pursuance of the provisions of section 249, subsection 5 of the Local Government Act 1972, as amended by the Local Democracy, Economic Development and Construction Act 2009, be admitted as a recipient of the honorary freedom of the Borough of Middlesbrough, in recognition and appreciation of that eminent service. The detailed particulars whereof are recorded on the Roll of Honour.
I invite the Mayor of Middlesbrough to propose the motion for the admission of Mr Peacock to the honorary freedom of the borough.
I propose the motion as read out by the Chief Executive.
I invite Councillor Gavigan to second the motion.
I second the motion as read by the Chief Executive and proposed by the Mayor.
Mayor Cook, would you like to speak to the motion?
Yes, I would briefly. We're here today and I would just like to take a moment to thank everyone that has made the journey here in appreciation of the efforts and life of Alan Peacock. Someone who had local, national and international significance, and in one week where I think we would all like to probably not talk as much about football, but it is remiss for one of our most prolific goal scorers of our football club. He's also a man who dedicated time in his life towards helping charities and helping charitable ventures, and he will be fondly missed, but we appreciate all his efforts and everything that he did for this town, for our football club, and to inspire young people to grow up enjoying and participating in sport.
Councillor Gavigan, would you like to make a speech on the motion?
Thank you, Chair. I was very proud to be asked by the Mayor to second this motion. Physically strong and good in the air, Alan Peacock is often described as an old-fashioned centre-forward, which I would regard as a compliment. He made his debut for the borough aged just 18 in 1955 and went on to score an outstanding 141 goals in 238 games for his hometown club, forming a brilliant partnership with Brian Clough, which yielded 262 goals in just 5 years between them. His goal-scoring ability earned him a call-up to the England squad for the 1962 World Cup in Chile, making his debut in the match against Argentina. In total, Alan played 6 times for his country, scoring 3 goals. But for injury, he would almost certainly have gone on to earn many more caps and score many more goals. He played alongside many of the World Cup winning team of 1966, and many commentators believe he would have been part of that history-making squad had he not suffered a serious knee injury in the year before the tournament. As a football fan of over 50 years, I know statistics are important, but they only tell part of the story. Football is about creating memories, and I know that whether it was on the field scoring goals or in his later years working in hospitality for the match days, Alan helped to create many happy memories for Borough fans. He lives on in the hearts of those supporters, and it is a pleasure and an honour to second this motion.
Are there any councillors present who wish to speak briefly to the motion? Are there any persons present who wish to speak briefly to the motion this evening? I would now like to put the motion to the meeting and invite the Monitoring Officer to take a vote.
Thank you, Chair. And now this vote just applies to members of the Council. And could I see a show of hands for all in favour of the motion, please? Thank you. And are there any against? And any abstentions? The motion is carried. Thank you.
Thank you. We're now going to move round, the Chief Executive Officer, myself and the Monitoring Officer are going to move round to make the presentation now. It is now my great privilege to present Mr. Peacock's daughter, Diane, grandson Harry and great-grandson Luca with this certificate in recognition of Mr. Peacock's eminent service to the Borough of Middlesbrough and the admission to the honorary freedom of the Borough. We're now going to take a few more pictures over the next 5 minutes or so, so please do bear with us. I'm going to invite the Mayor and the Deputy Lieutenant to come out and join the family as well. So I'm going to go back up there and then I'll invite you in. I think I've got a bit to say then. You're ready to do it. No, we'll get your mic and just say from there. Is that all right? There's a mic actually just there. So we'll The honorary freedom of the Borough is the highest award Borough Council can grant, and it is not given often. Since 1974, only 18 people of distinction have been granted the title Honorary Freeman of the Borough of Middlesbrough by Middlesbrough Council. It is therefore an honour for me, as the Chair of Middlesbrough Council, to take part in such a special event this evening. It is of course great sadness that Mr. Peacock passed away last year before the Freedom ceremony took place, and I would like to express my deepest condolences to the family and friends. I'm also delighted to meet Mr. Peacock's family and hear about the significant contribution and commitment he made to this town. It is very fitting that Alan Peacock Way leads to Middlesbrough Sports Village, which now brings so much joy and is a home of sport and football to so many across the town. I hope you have enjoyed this occasion and this honour, which is so very well deserved. I'm now going to invite Diane to speak and say a few words. I'm now going to hand over to the Deputy Lieutenant to say a few words.
Thank you, Chair. I wasn't supposed to say anything tonight, but I'd just like to say a few words. I'm absolutely delighted to be here. I'm really pleased the Lord Lieutenant asked me to come and represent her. In fact, when I'm dressed in uniform representing the Lord Lieutenant, I'm actually representing His Majesty the King. So there is a connection between this event and the monarch, King Charles III. So that's really important. That's what my being here sort of brings. I do remember Alan. I am a Middlesbrough supporter. I have been all my life. I've got my ticket for Saturday already. I know Andy MacDonald has also. I remember your father playing. He was the best header of a football I've ever seen, and he was always known as Peach. I don't know why. Perhaps we can speak later. I don't know whether you know why he was called Peach, but he always was known as Peach. But I'm absolutely delighted to be here on this wonderful occasion. Really well done.
I now formally close the meeting. Deputy Lieutenant, Mayor, Councillors are invited to join and adjourn at the old fire station for refreshments.
Mr Mayor, Councillors, ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the Deputy Lieutenant and Chair of the Council.